So, Pal, you and SkyGuy bought a lot of stuff without me. I'm going to roast it.
It was all with, you're going to roast it?
I'm going to roast it. Did you waste our money? No, I don't think you did. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. I think what's really going to happen is I'm going to react to the excitement of the amazing stuff that you picked up at a game convention.
I think we actually feel really good. We were wondering, it's like, what are we going to buy? I think we spent how much ever money you gave us, pretty much.
So you spent a little over $10,000, I think.
A little over 10,000, because we were like, is it 12 or 10,000 you give us? But it was nice dealing all in cash. We'll say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited to see what you picked up for $10,000. I see some interesting looking items that I'm very curious about.
How about let's just start from the left and go on, because the farthest right is the most interesting things.
Okay. How are you feeling about your use of the funds?
I feel pretty good.
Okay.
I think, like, for one, like, compared to the last tour I went to, this one was like, we bought everything that just made sense. Because we didn't do any buying for video's sake. Like, there's some buying that is going to be on video, but it was just because the buy happened.
If the deal was right,
yeah.
You
So
made the buy.
the fact that we didn't, like, SkyGuy and David coming up with concepts that didn't have to do with buying was so freeing.
So you weren't buying every Pokemon game, which we've done in the past, or every Mario game,
we weren't
or
buying
whatever.
a bunch of stuff at 95% that we knew we'd lose money on, but did it for video. Like, none of that was here.
It was fun because people were asking us, though, like, hey, what challenge are you guys doing?
Yeah, what are you guys going for? It's like, no,
mixing it up.
We're not. So
yeah. We'll probably do that at the next convention, though, because I do find that to be very fun. So, okay, Destiny 2, the final shape collector's edition.
this is not something that I would have normally bought, but it was in like a deal of like 3,000. He was like, just take this. I'll do 50%. I'm like, all right.
Okay, all right, yeah, well, that makes it acceptable.
Yep.
Where should we go next?
Well,
I think we need to save this for last.
Okay.
I don't remember what this is.
I know what it is. I
don't remember what it is.
It's the very last purchase.
So this is really funny. First off, prove us wrong, but you don't have this.
I don't think I do.
I don't think you do.
Now I have two of them, though, so it depends on how you look at it.
One to display.
What was really confusing about this is that a vendor had it up for $250. I'm like, I don't think Chase has this, and I looked it up, and it price starts at like $325. We're like, what are we missing? And it had like a sticker on it that said complete. And he like took it out. It has everything. Consoles are clean. We're just like, all right, would you do $220 on it? Sure. All right. So Chase has a collection piece. And then it's funny because, you know, Jesse usually lets us use his booth to keep things there. And I took this to his booth, and he was like, dude, what the heck? And pointed to this one. He's like, why didn't you buy that one from me? And I'm like, honestly, I didn't even see it. But he also had it priced at $250. And he's like, I'd give you that for $200. There's like solds for like $400.
It is a less common NES set. I'm not saying it's like terribly uncommon, but it is less common, so that is pretty cool to see. Does it have the game and the controllers and the thing in there?
Yep.
Both of them?
Yep, both of them have all of it.
Well, the thing for one of them is like in one of these boxes.
Okay. So we'll have to pair.
Yeah, because he couldn't figure out how to get it back in the styrofoam or whatever. But
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Continuing on, shall we go here?
Sure. This is a pretty.
There you go. That's where you were, Torg.
So a 3D printed guy gave us both these chains. He's like, you guys can just have them. If people see you guys wearing them around, I'll probably sell more. So
That's funny.
just gave them.
Probably not true, but thank you.
Probably not.
You sell less that way.
So this box was actually from Jesse, and it was funny. We all guessed on what we thought we would pay for it because it's all buyless games, and we were all way under.
We're like half under.
So it was like, well, that makes our buy list look good.
Yeah, well, that's nice. So Jesse, he's a vendor who mainly sells toys, but he goes to this convention and sells all of his gaming stuff, and we buy a lot from him because he's super cool. And he's been on our podcast, the Reseller Room podcast. If you haven't seen it, his episode is really great and very interesting.
For a toy seller, I'm always amazed by his video game inventory at conventions. You get some crazy cool stuff.
He's not your average toy seller or businessman. He's above average, super awesome in every way.
Yeah, this was just stuff he set aside.
Yeah, he set aside for us.
So
to
what
go
was the
through.
total here? Do you remember roughly?
It was like almost 1,100.
Yeah,
we were guessing
I think we
it'd be
guessed
like
like
500 or 600.
Yeah, but like there's like loose DS and stuff that obviously added up that we didn't really see, but
yeah.
There's just
when
tons
we were
of good
like,
Mario
oh, yeah.
stuff and the typical we things.
When he gave his
Perfect.
guess, I tried to make a deal for his guess instead of what we actually pay, but it didn't end up well.
This is a Switch. A dude approached us with a backpack and said, "Yo, you want a Switch? There's extra Joy-Cons in it." So
We're
got
like,
it for $100.
Sure.
Fair enough. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like those
So
ones.
the other ones are like somewhere in here.
There you go. Yep.
It's pairing.
Can't go wrong there. Looks
Hopefully it
clean.
pairs eventually.
Okay, this bin.
Yes.
This is pretty exciting. So
I
far,
wanna-
I'm pleased.
Good. I just want to throw this out there. This is a random thing, but I want to show everyone what this box is because this is a part of a collection. And I open this box, and it just has a thing of sealed contacts in here. And the box is noted to someone who's not on the package.
6 lenses.
So,
We're
Like,
genuinely confused how it wound up in there.
I thought he put like DS cartridges in there for a second.
This is something that was mailed to us, not from the.
No, like
today.
this was inside a box.
It doesn't even say what the prescription is, does it?
Oh, it does on the
It does
invoice
on the-
inside the.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
it's
says on the
a
side,
minus
yeah.
1.
-1, -2.5 astigmatism, which it might be pretty close to my contact. So
Yeah, it's not
Well,
close to
I'll
mine.
make sure to
Plus
reach
7
out
over
to him
here.
and be like, hey, just so you know, this was in the box. But that might be one of the weirdest things ever in a collection box. Next bin. Now this has a little bit of everything. This has some
Bit
buy
of a
lists. This
buy
has some
list.
CIB stuff. This was all, I believe, one booth buy with someone we've done deals with in the past.
Shout out to Aiden.
Aiden, appreciate
Okay,
you, and his
right on.
dad. So we sat there for probably, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, and
Yeah.
just started going through stuff. So yeah, this is all.
Oh my. Not for resales.
We got a
With,
collection of not for resale stuff.
with reprinted cover arts. Because
Yeah,
they never came in
He
a
actually
original
he
case.
did these himself, reprinted them all because thought it would help him sell. And I know we just
Well.
recently did some not for resale stuff that went pretty well for us and whatnot. They're hard to come by, so
It's like Kirby. and
Dang,
Mario.
Kirby, Mario Kart, Zelda, Mario Tennis. That's legit. Do you remember what you roughly got them for the whole thing?
we definitely paid up. But it was like it was $560, I think it was.
$560
For everything.
for this stack of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So not for resales. These were probably just demo versions of the game on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which some can be extremely rare. I think these are a little bit more common, but they are still very cool
They are still very cool. That's why it's like
and good.
it
Popular
was a little
first
bit
party.
of a gamble, but I mean, it'll be easy to sell, quick, fast,
And
make our
actually,
money
like,
back.
keeping them with the cases, I think that's a pretty good
I think
value
so,
add,
as long as we're very clear that it's
yeah.
not genuine, but
Right.
like yeah, selling them with them I think is kind of cool.
Nice. Thank you, Aiden.
And all of this.
And then all of this
Dang.
stuff. We got a few.
These are all sealed
Oh
things.
yeah, these
that
are
have
all
been
sealed things.
These were just sitting for them for a long time. So we pretty much just re-looked up price charting and did a percentage based off that. So
Okay.
And this is a sealed Sega Saturn, which
Bug 2. That's pretty uncommon used.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's kind of wild actually.
yeah. So all the seals are pretty good. It was like it was a safe buy. I think we did like 60, 65.
Yeah, because sealed stuff for us can be tougher to sell, especially for full value. So
Right.
we do have to factor that in. Sometimes you get one that's just like perfectly mint, and it's like, yeah, this is
Of course.
above average. It looks like these cardboard boxes are not quite mint. Maybe
Not
maybe
mint,
8.0-ish if you were to grade them or something, but still cool. Okay. This looks like, well, there's some boxed handhelds.
Some box handhelds. It's a nice one right there. 2 CIB switch lights. We can never get enough handhelds here.
Yeah, we do love our handhelds. That is for sure.
Handhelds.
Okay. DS Lite.
New Pokemon, and I believe the rest of this is
it's just all buy list titles.
just all buy list titles.
So here's some of the stuff that people are selling to us on the buy list. We have, lots and lots of people sending us stuff. You can get a pretty good idea of what people are finding worth it to send us, especially when you see things that have duplicates. There's PS2 stuff, PS3 stuff. Where's GameCube?
right here.
Right here, yes.
It's like double deep right now.
We're paying up on GameCube right now, so a lot of people are sending us a lot of that. So yeah, just to give you an idea, maybe some of this could make sense for you. We only want the stuff if it does make sense for you to send to us, but it is making sense for a lot of others. So
And I think this would, because this is sealed. We can't buy it based on sealed. So we'll give you, I think it was like $19, or
No,
like we
I
pay a
think it was-
complete.
I think it was actually like $30, and he was like,
It was high,
"Oh,
and he was just
yeah."
like, what? Oh yeah. So even though it
That'll
was
work.
sealed, he was like,
We
oh,
can
that's
still
what you
pay up
pay for
for
a
it
complete?
either way, yeah.
Yeah, shoot.
I think there's even more from this, is there not? There should be a bunch of other handhelds somewhere.
I don't know if they're in.
Maybe
they might
they're in
be.
the
They
next
might be
bin.
more in this bin. All right.
The handles will snap off.
Yeah, I think it's a mix. Some of this is Rob. So we actually had Rob shout out. He sold us the Pokemon box
Oh,
at
dang.
Torg last year, and he's like, "Hey, I have a bunch of buy list." And
The one that started like kind of because of you and did like six
That's
figures
awesome.
in sales. So he had a booth that
Yeah.
he
Insane.
won. Did he win the booth? Was that?
oh, he won it from XYAB.
the channel
Shout out to
sponsor.
our channel sponsor.
my gosh.
Apparently, they gave away a booth at Torg.
Well, this is perfect timing because they are a channel sponsor, and I do want to talk about them. They are really good for our business. We order from them frequently. So if you're in the resale business of video games, you need to work with XYB. We've got a link to save you $50 off your first order of 100 or more, and they're stocking PSP batteries, chargers, DS, any handheld thing that you could ever possibly need, any extra for the N64, covers, jumper packs, like everything that you could need. They also sell video games themselves on Amazon, so they're very interested personally in having everything on hand to maximize the sale of their own video games, as we are and as you should be. So check our link down below and see what they have that can make sense for you.
Yeah, so this was from Rob, and he's like, "Hey, I have a bunch of buy lists, but I don't have it entered." So we're like, "Hey, just enter it all. We'll come back in a half hour," and it ended up being like $1,000-some worth of stuff. And
Dang.
Yeah, what was it? Was like 1,300. He just kept throwing in like, oh, I have these handhelds. So we're like, oh.
Tack them on.
oh yeah, actually after we came back, he's
was
like,
probably like-
"You guys buy handhelds too?" We're like, "Yeah." So we bought. I don't know how many we bought from him,
Probably
but
spent like 1,600 with them or something.
yeah,
Nice.
something like that.
Thank you, Rob. Much appreciates.
Yeah, but then
Oh, you got some
uh,
box stuff under here hiding.
At the bottom here, there's definitely some more interesting. Obviously, buy list is interesting, but
That's like our bread and butter for Amazon.
it is.
Keeps the lights on.
It does.
Butter.
It keeps him running. All this is from our good sir Jesse
Oh,
down here.
what a guy.
Yeah, we just kind of made a deal on all of his CIB that was left.
So I just got a side note here. We just talked in our live call on our Discord about how to work your ways up the levels of sourcing. And like level 3 is bigger buys, bigger like vendor buys, collection buys, or store buyout opportunity type deals. We practice what we preach all the time. Like we're not just saying this because it's thought. Like we're in this business every day alongside you guys. And like Jesse is somebody that we've done so many deals with because he's kind of like been vetted on level 2 where you're going out to the flea market, you're buying from people, whatever. You can either just like buy from them once and move on with life and just try to get the best deal possible, or you can pay up where you can on certain things. You can like build that relationship. And now he's gotten to the point where he was a stranger, now he's a friend who was also a like big business connection that we do big buys from all the time.
Yeah, it's
So it's pretty special.
It's a good thing to note that like that was almost our strategy this time around with only having 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really spend time at booths where we had to like nitpick on deals. We just like it was either people we knew or people we could feel.
Well, and we've
That
been
would
to so
instantly
many
give us good
conventions
deals.
now. We've made so many connections. We kind of knew everybody.
Yeah, like people
cool.
know the play. They know what we're looking to resell. So that's kind of who we spent most of our time with is people that we already knew that would love to give us deals. And Jesse is one of them. And it's like,
But the thing is, he's not going to make the deal if he doesn't want to, and neither would anybody else. Like, and
Oh,
he
of
said
course.
that in our podcast. and
Always.
He's like, if it doesn't make sense for me, I'm not going to do it. And we're like, that's what we want too. The win-win deals are the deals we want.
it's funny. This convention, more so than last year, we saw a ton of vendors at other vendors' booths buying stuff for their booths.
Wow.
And it was just funny to be like, hey, you can't do that. But it's like,
Wow.
no, they're fine. Like, it's like, oh, no, these do really well for me. Or no, I have to buy this to complete this box
the
that I
amount
have.
of like trades
Yeah.
where it was just like, hey, I'll give you this graded game for these 5 games to complete the boxes I have. And it's just like,
There was a
Okay.
ton of that
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. That's a big one. Earthworm Jim 2. You got Donkey Kong 64. That looks clean. Ooh, with expansion. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dang, look at that.
just cool.
I love that. I love that box. The Japanese Pokemon. And then we have Adventures of Link CIB. That looks pretty clean too.
Yeah, it was a good bin to just make a play on because it's like all good titles that almost always
Yes.
do well for us and whatnot. Everything seems pretty clean.
Love it.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, then we got the white one.
There you go.
Yeah, we get to pair it with the other one.
Those are very pricey. When they came out, they were $100 brand new Black Friday. I was in a Staples.
Why didn't you buy them all?
I bought one on Amazon.
All of them, though.
Next time. They were really hard to get. There's a reason they're rare. Like my brother and I were there minute one. We both got one, and that was all we could snag up.
So yeah, and just to reiterate, like it was tough to decide what to buy because it's like, well, do we focus on buys? Like we have enough buy lists. It's like, do we focus on retro? Like no, we don't need more retro right now. It's just like all right, let's just focus on buys that make
great
sense.
Deals.
And we got a lot of good footage for video too. And we like for the first 2 hours, all we did was video, and then we felt like free for the rest of the convention to just buy.
So yeah, that's another big part of this thing for us. We love making videos for you guys here on Crew, but also Chase After the Right Price on main channel. And like conventions are a beautiful way for us to be able to get like, I think you guys got 3 videos with just 2 people in one day. And a lot of times on 2-day conventions with 3 people, we'll get 5, 6, 7, 8, depending. And like, we also are very focused on working 40, 45 hours a week consistently as a full team. And this is a great way for us to be able to get ahead on videos and truly like use that as a way to, you took Monday and Tuesday off after that convention, spent it with your wife. And like, yeah, like that's important to us as what like the family thing. And this helps. So pretty cool that you guys were able to pull that off. Yeah. Feel very fortunate.
All right, I'm sure you can see this staring you in the face. This was also
that's cool.
From our good man, Jesse. So we got it for a good deal, but then the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know if we've ever seen one, like a complete unboxed one.
It's been
through
a
the
long
barn.
time since I've got one in the box. I have before.
So
maybe
it was
not in the
like,
barn, maybe before 2 years ago.
It's definitely a resellable price, but obviously if you want to keep it,
yeah, it might be.
It is a pretty darn cool one. I mean, it makes the Star Wars noise. It's got a gold controller.
That's my favorite 360.
The game and the connector are in there.
It is the gold C3PO controller.
Yeah, because there is a difference.
Right. Yes. So.
Oh yeah, because it's got the stuff on the bottom.
It's got like wires on the bottom.
Yeah, it's not just a regular gold Chrome controller. Yes, that's a good note. Oh, I see the NES satellite down there. So.
Well, you look through that, and I guess I'll show off the controller. How about that?
I like it. We got MRC, so these.
Mr. C.
Oh well, thank you. Turn and burn, no fly zone. These are random, but retro. Love it.
To be honest, I don't know where they came from.
Good deals from people.
Yes.
Good buys.
I don't remember either.
I mean, I'm not mad at any of it. I love seeing the GameCube.
I think this is like a combination of Rob and Aiden.
So here's it's like very subtle, but that's the way to know that this is the actual.
That is a good note, because a lot of times
controller.
people sell them with the regular Chrome controller, and that one is way harder to find. Pokemon Red and Yellow. Very nice. And then we got more handhelds down there. Love how many handhelds you guys got.
Another chain.
All right.
So it was interesting. We saw a lot more. I feel like a lot more 3D printed booths, which 3D printing is something that we're starting to do more and whatnot. So it was good to get into some of the minds of our 3D printed booths and try to see
we
like
ask them some questions.
Yeah, like what does best for you and what do you sell them at.
That's
so
cool.
it was good knowledge to get.
Yeah, shout out to all the creative people out there making it happen. Love it. Let's put that with the box so we don't forget. Okay, I think we are to what you said. Well, we have the final box, wherever that went, plus this stuff over here, which I am very curious.
So you'll find out more about this guy, but he was really cool. He was super excited to see us, and he was like,
he's gonna come to the barn at some point, right?
Like I
hope so.
Wisdom and insight is.
Yeah, he was a GameStop region director or something for 20 years.
Wow.
And he had to show. He's like, look, I'm gonna show you, and he's pulling out his phone. He's like, look. Showed us his YouTube account. It was Chase After the Right Price and CATRP Cruise. Like, you were the only 2 channels I'm subscribed to. But now I'm sure he's subscribed to Reseller Room as well, because we told him about it. He's subscribed to 3 of our channels.
He said the only reason he started selling was because of you. Like, truly.
Yes.
So, we're teaching GameStop people.
You'll love him. He was showing us, he's getting like a whole sleeve on his leg of Pokemon. So he's got like Pikachu, Charizard.
Oh, he's my kind of guy. Let's have him over. Come on. Get him over here.
Yeah, he was super knowledgeable. But this is probably the most interesting buy ever made at a convention.
First impression, yes. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
So it was
looks like some kind of
trapped in the corner over here now, but we'll just have to throw this out there.
We got throw it out there?
Yeah.
Got
that was randomly given to us by 2 different vendors.
Okay, guys, it's just Big Bumpin'. Don't worry.
Okay, we gotta explain that. There's a joke. Somebody keeps sending us Big Bumpins because they are worthless.
He bought like a whole case of them, and as jokes, he'll like throw them in buy list submissions. He'll hand it to us every convention, and this time he gave it to 2 random vendors
Since he wasn't there?
to us. And it was
Shout out to you, Hunter. That big bumping was
But-
for you. Still in great condition. No one's gonna swap the case. We're good.
But anyways, we spent a good bit of time at this guy's booth because he was explaining these are all like GameStop banners, like selfie station type stuff, and he explained a lot
selfie
about the
stations.
history behind them, and only certain stores had certain ones.
Well, what do we got, man?
And
Goodness
it's
gracious.
just, I mean,
Oh,
you can see,
Nolan.
dude,
like, look at
I'm
that.
6'7". This has got to be 9 feet or more.
Yeah, so there's lots of different sizes ones. Obviously, that one is a glorious
Real
one.
talk.
There's-
What is this? What is this size here?
I think it's
7
7
by
by
4.
4. 7 feet by 4 feet.
So any that are that size were the selfie stations, and not every GameStop was allowed to have them
That is.
just because of space.
And if
Yeah,
you
that'd be a big GameStop.
to note, like these are all, they can be put into frames, so they can be
These are
snapped
quality.
in.
These are like legit.
He did
Almost
give
like a green
two,
screen material
He
or
did give
something.
2 frames to us, and obviously you can see this
Oh.
one. I mean, we're not selling that one.
Yeah,
What
that'll
did
be
you say?
staying here.
What do you say? The frames alone?
The frames
are like
alone are
100 bucks?
extremely hard to get
100 to
because
200 bucks.
it's not like they're, you know,
Wow.
you can find them anywhere because they're 4 of these. So he gave
How
us-
many of these? This bin, that bin, 3 bins, 4 bins.
The rest of it is this.
The rest of it is this.
We
What
need to
is?
look at it in detail.
Oh my.
Yeah, we have to show them off. There's a lot of ones that are new.
Mario 35th anniversary, 48-inch by 88.75 inch.
You will want to keep a lot of
Yeah,
these.
so I got some real estate up here. All right. That's pretty dull right now.
Sweet.
That would be cool. That would be
Can they fit
cool.
between one? Yeah, they can fit. All right, we're gonna be keeping some.
All right.
You better believe it.
And this one's interesting. It's Lords of the Fallen, and we can't remember. We have to look back at the footage, but this may have been the last one that they ever did.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
And it's brand new.
and it's brand new. But the reason these are so special is that he was explaining he actually sold some of these on eBay already. And for instance, he had an Elden Ring one that he sold for over $800 on eBay.
my.
And these, I mean, you just don't find these. GameStop actually charged their employees to throw these away.
They were supposed to be slashed.
Slashed
physically
and thrown
cut.
away, so you could not get them.
So there's not many of these out there.
There's not many of these out
And
there. Obviously, you
when
see
I'm
the-
seeing this,
Yeah.
that's just.
So that one.
oh my gosh.
That one specifically pairs with that other sealed one you had.
Oh, okay.
So only certain
Okay.
stores were allowed to have both.
So, do we get more of this one, or is this the only
I
one?
think
I think
we
we
have a couple.
have a couple of
Well,
those.
If we didn't get more, I'm sorry, because that's staying with me. But if
Yeah,
you,
maybe the chase pile somewhere. Can we get a chase pile?
yeah, so
going?
I got these 2 so far,
Okay.
and then where's that other one that I?
3D.
Yep,
that one.
yep. There's my pile.
No, and there's
Anything? Is there Pokemon more than that?
Well, there's
one?
this way.
Oh, boy.
There's a lot of ones like this, which I mean, we're not as interested in, but obviously there's a huge Far Cry
the
following
star of
that
Breaking
would
Bad.
love to get. It's weird that he's in
Los Pollos Hermanos.
that, but there's a
That's
lot of
something
ones
I
like
want.
this. We'll try to find more. Oh, okay. This
Oh my
one,
gosh, what is
I think
that?
This one is really
We need to keep
interesting.
this.
That's Microsoft.
John Halo.
It's Halo, Metroid,
Nice contribution, Matt.
Far Cry, and
Ghost of Tsushima.
yep,
Dang, that's a 7 foot by 4 foot banner.
yeah. So this one is insanely cool.
It's kind of hard to communicate the quality of the material.
Yeah,
but
like
it is really nice.
it's not like a blanket or anything. Like this is nice. It's not.
Like a green screen or projector screen is the closest thing I could
Yeah,
think of to be
Yeah,
kind of
like,
close to what
not
this is.
vinyl, but
Still
like
not quite.
You could use it as a blanket.
yes.
You could that too.
And so there's quite a few that are still sealed in the
night,
bags. Oh, here's
What the heck?
here's what is this
What is
Avatar?
this? That is so cool. The colors on them are so vibrant. So this is probably what, 4
So
feet
these are
by
4 by
3 feet?
Yeah, 4x3.
Which
Like,
that's
I mean-
probably a size that a lot of people can manage to display.
Yeah, like what is this one? Oh, this
Is that
is a
Street Fighter?
Fighter.
Whoa.
Like I'm trying to
So,
find some more.
all right, so a lot of
really
people are going to
cool ones
ask, I'm going to get
display.
ahead of it. How can you get your hands on some of these? Because most of them will be for sale after I keep the ones that I want. Whatnot.
So
It's going to be the only way we're going to sell them.
I do think like even these ones, there's a few duplicates. Oh my goodness.
What? Skyward Sword.
That is, and I mean you can just read the label on this one.
Oh my gosh. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Brand new.
So
So that's the one thing that's like,
So these were
Word.
exclusive to GameStop.
yes.
Like nobody else. I mean, that one literally says GameStop on it.
So this is another one of those ones right there. So we
Oh,
can
wow.
show off that one. We sell that one.
Brand new.
Yeah, see this is a
Wow.
Mario selfie station. So they would have these that you could take your picture in front of at GameStops.
And he was honest and said, like, the bag probably doesn't add much value, but if there are duplicates, you know, you can kind of show one, sell
Yeah.
the sealed ones, but I think most people are going to open them up.
Yeah, and he was saying like
Those two out.
the really big ones. So there was like 3 levels of GameStop. There was like C, B, and A tier, and only the A tier ones that were like the really big stores got like the 7 by 4 foot ones because they're the only ones who could actually have room for them.
So they're just your average GameStop wasn't having these at all.
No.
Okay. So
So I don't know if these are different. This is the 35th anniversary.
oh,
No,
this is too.
it's-
Oh,
You're
okay.
seeing the other side of it. So yeah,
They're just folded different.
Okay, yeah, just folded different.
dude, these are sick. I already saved one of these, so we have at least
Yep,
2
so,
extras.
well, we
of this
have one to do. That one was not open, right? So we can
Yeah.
have to display and not have to open those up.
Good night. This okay.
Oh, this is a
The Hogwarts
Hogwarts.
Legacy. That's cool.
Hogwarts
The most
Legacy
obvious
one.
question I have right now is, what did you buy these for?
Let's just look through some more. I want Chase to just be floored, right? After he
I-
sees some
okay.
other
I guess he
heavy
doesn't.
hitters.
So yeah,
I already
maybe,
am
maybe
pretty
he'll-
floored.
So look at this
I'm
one.
imagining this was a very pricey purchase.
Only like all the cash.
Mario Strikers.
That is
It will be. I would like to. You're right. I would like Chase to guess on how much.
People should guess in the comments as
Yes.
well. I want to
Yeah, give a guess.
for a minute.
So we actually explained these ones, and while it doesn't seem like much, these are actually really rare and valuable because they were above kiosk DS displays. So they kind of cut them out, so you can put them above a
Interesting.
DS display.
It was to help sell the Switch.
Sure.
Very interesting.
I like
didn't
it.
realize how many of these ones
That
we
is
have,
like the
but
sickest thing ever.
it's like one of the best ones, so it's a good one to have.
Gosh.
Oh, there's another one.
What the heck?
I did not realize we got that many of them.
Oh,
There's-
and here's...
Oh.
3D World.
Oh, plus Bowser's Fury. That is legit. My son's been playing this game. That blows mind.
And then this
Get that for him
one.
for his birthday or something.
What is this one?
Another Striker.
What does it say? Mario Strikers. Okay, that's a Mario Strikers one.
Big old Mario Strikers though. That's a 7 foot. The other one was not.
Oh, I forgot there's a whole nother bin of them.
What is happening?
So there's more
How are there
Far
so
Cry.
many?
Oh, that's like a PlayStation
This had to be like a
controller.
25
Minecraft.
different stores full of stock.
We haven't even gotten to these ones yet.
Oh, right. We haven't even
What?
gotten to those ones. Oh, there's some really cool. Should we pull one out for him to see?
Yeah.
I don't know which
We're
one.
gonna need some help here.
So these are a little different than the other ones.
No, baby. You're 6'9".
So we'll definitely have to keep those boxes. Can't remember what. Okay, this one. Yeah. I think
What
you
the
have the
heck?
top.
It's Doom and
It's Skyrim,
Fallout?
Doom, and Fallout. Like, He had this
Oh.
one displayed, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys can get that one too." Like,
oh
look at that.
gosh.
That's sick.
How big is this? Even bigger?
I don't know.
It's still 7 foot by.
These ones just have the slots.
These have this. Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
so these are hang ready.
for reference, like he had this one priced, gosh, 300?
It was either 200 or 300
That makes
by
sense.
itself, which seems pretty darn fair when you know the history behind them.
Elden
and-
Ring sold for 800.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
I would think that this one has even more appeal being 3
Let's
different
try to
franchises.
see
Yeah.
another one. Right. So the only caveat to like selling these is that a lot of people don't have room in their game rooms for ones this big.
Yeah.
But like game store owners. Oh, I remember this one now.
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
That's very cool.
Oh, right.
Man,
There he is.
there he is.
There's
Charles.
Glenny boy.
Carl! We also did the names up.
All right, we'll pull out one more. Can you like pull out one more? I can't. remember
This
what
says
they
Mario
all
/. Zelda on it. I want to see that one.
are. Okay.
Is there a Mario Zelda in that box, or is that?
Is
that
this?
ain't it.
No, that's Walking Dead one. Let's try that
What
one.
is it?
Oh, this is a cool one.
Assassin's Creed.
World of Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, and Overwatch.
It just keeps going. Like
Dang. That is legit.
yeah. So maybe
Blizzard.
we'll look. How about let's look through the rest off camera and we'll show some more of the.
A couple of the
couple
cool ones.
more
We'll
of the
get them
cool
get them
ones.
ready. I am floored. This is crazy.
We got a few more.
What do we got?
We'll start with this one.
Okay, that's legit.
One Punch
It's upside
Man.
down, but you get the
It's
picture.
upside down. You can see it. It's
My
big
Hero
enough to where it doesn't
Academia.
matter.
Incidentally, these are the only 2 animes I've ever watched.
Really?
This one's hilarious, right?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
I love it.
No, it's these 2.
Straight up.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I thought you were talking about My Punch You.
That one might be for you, Matt.
No.
Put that in your living room or your kitchen.
Oh.
Maybe your master bedroom.
Front porch.
Now, this one I believe Matt is keeping
Oh.
for himself.
Dips.
Are you, Matt?
I saw Kratos. Dips. Bye.
Dang. Horizon and God of War, 2 games that I really want to play.
Oh yeah, that one's coming home with me.
All right. Well, that'll be just,
$400.
we could just do the month's wages. I'm going to do it that way.
Now Chase is going to keep this one.
Okay, Chase is going to keep this one. This is Celebrations. You look closely, you can
Is
see
that all the starters?
there's all the starters in there.
Dang.
I'll pull that one out.
That's wild. 25th year. Celebrations.
This one there is very little information about.
I mean,
That's cool.
most of them have very little information about them.
Yeah.
But you would think Pokemon.
Wow.
But, and then last one we'll
Is this
show
is this the
here.
final reveal here? Oh my gosh. What? That's insane. Zelda and Mario combo. Good.
Like that is
night.
just.
Here's the kicker. You kind of have to keep this one. That way we have just enough boxes to ship the others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we need these boxes.
We need those boxes for the ones
Yeah.
with the things on them. Yeah. Okay. The other ones, thankfully, will be pretty easy to ship.
Yeah,
This one has like some nice slots.
I
to where we
wouldn't sell this one if this is the only one.
I believe
Yeah,
that is the only
Oh
one.
my gosh.
So
Beautiful.
before you give your guess of what we paid for everything, know that there's a lot of MLB 2K 15 ones
Every
or
popular title you can think of, even
Like,
to
there's-
sports.
yeah, there's a good bit of ones like this. So obviously ones that we are still really cool, but we wouldn't get nearly as
They're
much
less
for.
hype.
But less hype for sure, at least to our audience. But a
Yeah.
lot of people like
Certain athletes
FIFA
on these
lovers.
though. Yeah.
Like a lot of people just play soccer banners. So I could definitely see people have this above their couch. So there is a good bit of that too. But I'm very
A lot of
interested.
Gran Turismo people out there.
But that's the other thing. It's like
I mean, who doesn't want?
I mean, Serena and
If you're,
Federer.
if you're a tennis fan, come on.
there's enough
That's
that's
cool.
adjacent to what people like to where I think they'll justify it, right? You like baseball and the Padre. You might like this.
That's Fernando Tatis. The Padres just got in a bunch of fights with whoever they just played. Like there was 4 games and they were fighting like crazy. I don't know. That's
So-
all I know about them from recently.
So with knowing what you know, I think there's maybe 120 of them,
Let's call it 125.
125. What do you think we paid for everything?
Well, I know that you had spent about 10 grand total, so it was under that, and I would guess you were around 7-ish grand for the other stuff.
We did have to Venmo him a little bit. I will say that. But
And there's still one more item.
there is still one
we
more
had
item.
we had to Venmo him $250 for what you're gonna see next.
Okay, so I'll say 4 grand.
Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye.
I would have been happy at 4 grand, I think.
We paid about about 2 grand.
Dang.
So we paid $20 a piece.
And then there were some that we bought after.
There was some that
later.
we bought after for the
cheaper.
same. Or
Wow.
maybe-
It was cheaper.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. That gives us a lot of power to be able to sell them quickly and to get a lot of people some cool pieces for
I
good
don't
deals.
know. Like looking into it further, I can definitely feel how it's a great deal. I don't know if I would have paid much more than there because when we're doing a bulk deal with, we know a lot of them are going to
Yeah,
be
some of
hard
it's
to
going to be
get
really hard to move, probably.
good prices for. But after looking into it, I definitely feel really good.
Well, and he was super happy.
He was
Like,
super happy with it. He was glad to get them all out. Obviously,
Sweet.
they would be slow sellers for him.
He had to have a cart to lug him in and out
Yeah.
for every convention.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, can you imagine listing it as an eBay? How difficult it would be?
Oh.
Taking pictures of them all.
I'm thankful for Whatnot in this case for sure, because we can just show them off in video. It'll be way easier. Okay, final piece. Where is it? Oh, there
Final
it is.
piece.
It's in this box. Oh my god.
It's this box. Skylar texted you.
I can already tell. I think I already know what this is.
Because Skylar texted you something.
I said, Chase, can you
You said-
Venmo
yeah,
this guy?
I said Venmo this guy
$250.
$250. And I did, and I said, why?
This guy
And you said, you now own a GameStop. which was very confusing to me.
It was a little falsehood, but you'll see why that now makes sense.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
So this is a complete GameStop lettering that went to above to a store.
All right.
And
we have to lay them out.
Yeah, Matt, you gotta get this laid out.
a cool thing about this is they're not going to have any weathering because this GameStop was inside of a mall. So these were not sitting outside; they were inside a building.
And this is another thing that was like supposed to be disposed of.
Yes, like
So-
they did take the neon lights out from the inside of them, but obviously, if we really wanted to, that wouldn't be difficult to put those back in.
So the only way to get them individually was to.
You guys think GameStop's gonna stick around? Some of them are closing down. Over under 3 years.
I think a lot of
Till
game
they're all
stores
I think we should.
are doing some really solid moves to compete with them. So they're going to have to really
They gotta
change if
change
they
a
want to
little bit.
compete.
I think we should hold out and keep this sign so we can be like the very last Blockbuster, and people will have to come visit us.
Yeah.
All right.
You
We
got-
do the reveal for the sign now.
Matt got it all laid out.
All right.
Let's check it out.
That is really cool.
Something's off about it. We must be missing some.
No, that's all the letters.
Wait, I thought it was a GameStop sign.